Today we have some buffs coming to zombies that's going to make the game a lot better, that include a nerf to the tomb boss fight, which if you guys been struggling with it, maybe you won't struggle as much anymore which this after this update. So we're going to be talking about that and a lot of things, so let's not waste any more time and jump right into these patch notes. And as you guys see through these patch notes, they have a lot of stuff like this, and I'm not going to read through all of them because these are just like fixes, right? They're going to fix problems that I mainly didn't have. Like, I think, like, for example, let's read a random one. Address an issue where zombies spawn during a side quest would immediately die if the player was using the pheromone augment, which is for brain rot, which I think is the best augment on brain rot. But see, things like that, we're not going to read, like, a lot of things like that. So we're just going to focus on the big ones. And I think the biggest one is the thing I teased at the start of this video is the nerfs to the boss fight. So this is for the tomb, the final encounter right here. As you guys can see, this is going to be 2 changes. The first one, reduce the duration of this boss stun effect. So if you guys don't know what that is, what happens during the tomb boss fight is that it spawns in like these artifact mini bosses, and if they hit you, they will stun you, and then when they stun you, they could do a lot of damage when they hit you after that. They could feel like you just get insta killed when they do this to you because you stay stunned for a while. So reducing that stun duration might make this not as bad. I mean, we'll have to wait and see how it really works out, but this should be a really good change, and hopefully we won't have those situations where we feel like we're being insta-killed in this boss fight. That'd be very nice. The other change is slightly reduce the spawn counts for parties of 3 or 4 players, which is good. I'm pretty sure they're talking about still those artifact bosses. I'm pretty sure what they're talking about here. And if you guys ever try to carry 4 players through this boss fight, you would know it is impossible because how many there are. I'm speaking from experience here. It is a humongous pain. So thankfully, that is going to be a lot easier, it seems. So the final encounter boss fight for the tomb has got a nerf, which I think a lot of people wanted. I didn't care too much, but you know, I'm glad for all the people who were struggling with it. So if you guys haven't beat it yet, now's the time to go try it out. And especially the time to try it out because now directed mode has dropped for the tomb. That's going to be coming with this update also. So great stuff for that. I'm a big fan of directed mode. I'm glad it's here. Now, another mode coming with it is Cowabunga Cranked, which is just cranked from, you know, Cold War, except there's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. I'm be honest with you guys, I am not a big fan of just alternate modes in zombies. I know some people like to think of like Turned and even Grief from back then. I'm not even a fan of those. I've never liked an alternate mode in zombies, period. I've always liked just normal zombies. I don't think they've ever got anything else right, to be honest with you. So I don't care about this. I know one cool thing about this is that they will give you a unique calling card if you complete the Easter eggs while doing well in the cranked mode, which is cool, but you know, it's whatever. Now, of course, we do have some other buffs that are actually coming, and this one's not going to be here because it's in the global changes. So what they're doing, it says like global changes for multiplayer and zombies. So these are going to affect both of them, and all these ARs right here are getting a buff. So that's a good thing. We're getting buffs to those. But the cool thing right here is to melee weapons, because a couple of them are going to be getting a buff. I really wish the cleaver was one of these, but unfortunately we are not getting that. But this is actually really cool. The lunge distance for the knife will be increased by 4%, so that's cool. So you could reach zombies more. Baseball bat by up to 6%, so this is 1.8 meters. And then lunge distance for the power drill, 47%, which, oh, I guess it was already pretty low. So this is a cool change. I don't think these are incredibly long distances. I think the power drill was already the best melee weapon in the game, so this is just going to make it even better. So that's definitely a cool update to, or buff to have for this. Now, of course, that's not it. We do have more. We actually have some buffs, which is going to be to death perception and its augments. Now, the first one that's getting buff is the death stare augment. If you guys don't know what this is, it's like a confusing one because, like it says, when a zombie is on low health, they have a chance to just insta dying instead of having to put all the bullets in them, which is a weird augment for sure. But what they're changing this to is increase the health threshold to activate to 20% of max health. Maybe it'll be better now. I don't know. I didn't really get the augment to begin with. Anyways, further insight augment, which is the one that lets you see zombies through walls in a further distance, so your radius is increased. What this is going to be, further insight will now function while using a high contrast mode. Oh, okay, that's not really a buff. I think that's just a fix. And then we have something Deadshot Dacre. I missed this. Address an issue where the aim would not snap to the head when standing in Vulturate Fetid Upgrade Cloud. Oh, I did not know that was a thing. Good thing they fixed that. And then we have a buff to, guess what? Dark Flare again, this thing just can never not get a buff, which they should be buffing Tesla Storm. That is the one that needs help right now, but let's read what they did. Increase Dark Flare's base damage from 40% to 55% of base zombies max health. Increase Dark Flare's supernova tick damage from 25 to 55% of the base zombie max health, and increase the Dark Flare supernova explosion damage from 150 to 300 of the zombie's base max health. Wait, that doesn't make sense. If the base, because 150 is already insta killing it, what's 300 damage going to do? Is that just for special zombies it's going to affect? I don't get that part, but they've been really trying to make Dark Flare work because it is their new field upgrade, but I don't know, it's whatever. It's good for high rounds because it does have damage scaling through the rounds, so that's cool about it, but that's about it. Mutant injection, I did not see this. Address an issue that prevented players from using a melee if they were awarded melee macchiato while using the mutant injection. That is a very specific situation. What the hell? I don't think that's that important. Loot, these are things they're adding to the mystery box. Pretty much all the season 2 guns. So PPSH, Cypher, Sven, TR2, War Machine, and Hand Cannon are going to be in the mystery box now. That's cool. There's changes to the vermin. Oh, this is a good one actually. Address an issue where the vermin would not be affected by the rampage inducer. Now, it kind of was nice if you were just like trying to get through the early rounds fast, that the vermin weren't also really fast. But if you're trying to get through the, like if you're trying to go for a high round run, you're just trying to get through those early rounds fast, the vermins did take forever to get to you and it was pretty annoying. But now that they'll actually be affected by rampage inducer, that's nice. I didn't realize that was a mistake, but thankfully they're fixing it. Another one is for the armored zombies. Armored zombies will now receive critical damage when an insta kill is activated. That's cool, I guess. I don't know. But I believe that's pretty much it. There's some fixes that are coming to the SAM trials. If you guys use those, we're not going over, you know, every fix. So these are just more fixes, like UI fixes and stuff like that. And that's pretty much everything for this. Tell me what you guys think about these updates. Are these buffs good, especially for the tomb boss fights, melee weapon buffs, death perception, dark flare, all the buffs that they're talking about? Let me know what you guys think about them. But that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.